On April 21st, 753 BC, a city was born. Not just any city, but one that would one day command empires, rewrite laws, and echo through time. Rome. But its birth wasn't gentle. It came drenched in myth, blood, and brotherhood turned to betrayal. The tale begins with two twin brothers, Romulus and Remus. Born of the god Mars and the Vestal virgin Rhea Silvia, their very existence was an act of defiance. Their royal blood threatened a usurper's reign, so they were sentenced to death as infants. But fate, or perhaps the gods, had other plans. Abandoned on the banks of the Tiber River, the infants were discovered by a she-wolf. Instead of devouring them, she nursed them. That image of the wild beast suckling the twins would become one of the most enduring symbols in Roman history. Raised by a shepherd and his wife, the twins grew up unaware of their royal lineage. But as they matured, so did their sense of destiny. Eventually, they reclaimed their birthright and overthrew the tyrant who had stolen their grandfather's throne. Yet the gods weren't finished with them. The brothers wanted to found a city where they had been saved, but disagreement arose over its exact location. Romulus chose the Palatine Hill. Remus preferred the Aventine. Neither would yield. What began as a dream became a deadly rivalry. In the heat of an argument, or perhaps in cold ambition, Romulus struck Remus down. He murdered his own brother and became the sole founder of Rome. A city born of fratricide, a warning that power, even in its infancy, demands sacrifice. Romulus named the city after himself, Roma. He drew sacred boundaries around it, warning that no man should cross them. The death of Remus served as a grim first lesson. Rome would take what it wanted, no matter the cost. To populate his new city, Romulus welcomed outcasts, fugitives, and exiles. Rome became a haven for the unwanted, the desperate, and the ambitious. But that came with a cost. The city needed women, and Romulus knew how to get them. He invited the neighboring Sabines to a festival, then ordered his men to abduct their women. The Sabine War followed, but when the kidnapped women intervened, begging both sides to make peace, Rome absorbed its rivals not through conquest, but through cunning diplomacy. The founding of Rome wasn't about perfect beginnings. It was about survival, strategy, and seizing fate by the throat. From day one, Rome was a city built on ambition and blood. It didn't apologize. It conquered. April 21st became known as Parilia, a festival of purification for shepherds. But for Romans, it also honored the birth of their mighty capital. Fires were lit, herds blessed, and the myth of Romulus celebrated. The city's birthday was sacred, etched in calendars and in legend. Generations of emperors would claim descent from Romulus. His story became state propaganda. His fratricide? A necessary evil. His ambition? Divine will. To be Roman was to accept that greatness often came at a price. Even today, Rome celebrates April 21st, Natale di Roma, with parades, gladiator reenactments, and historical pageantry. Tourists gather where Romulus supposedly drew his city's first line. The past breathes through the ruins. Whether Romulus and Remus truly lived or were crafted from imagination, their story captured what it meant to be Roman. Honor, strength, sacrifice, and above all, eternity. Because Rome wasn't built in a day, but its foundation, forged in legend and laid in blood, would carry the weight of an empire. And that empire would echo for thousands of years.